everyone. I'm Liz Brown Swanson, bringing you an RPVtv update from the Kenditas Civic Center, where our city is hosting its second annual Veterans Day brunch and ceremony, honoring all of our community's veterans and those who continue to serve today.
I'm proud. I'm proud of what I had to do. Even though some of the things were terrible, we do it to stay alive and do it to keep our fellow military and families together. Freedom is something that we cherish and this country was built on. But we do have our problems, and that's why we have different rules and laws and all that.
Once again, a phenomenal event put on by our city staff to honor our veterans from all of the armed services that have served and really kept our country safe and protected our way of life. The sacrifices that they have made over the years, those that have served in combat, those that have been in support roles, all has been pivotal to being able to preserve our way of life. It is a small tribute and honoring of our veterans within the city that we're able to do every year. A great opportunity to come out and celebrate those accomplishments. We appreciate the service that everybody's done, and this is a small tribute of our way to say thank you to all of our veterans.
The message that I have, especially now in this chaos, in the chaotic country that we have now, is that we need to start looking to our veterans for guidance and why they served, the sacrifice they made for our country to make the democracy that we have now. And I think we need to remember that, remember those that served, that gave our lives, and the veterans here that continue to serve in our community. We need to make sure we remember that and value and honor that.
This is our second annual Veterans Day breakfast. We held it last year. We're happy to bring it back this year. We have hot breakfast for our community veterans and their guests, Palos Verdes Symphonic Band providing some patriotic music, several speakers, a keynote speaker from the Wounded Warrior Project, performance of the national anthem by a local singer, Josephine Joy, and our Girl Scout and Boy Scout troops helping us run the whole thing. Yeah, we were excited to bring in a new way to honor our community's veterans. We asked all the veterans who RSVP'd if they'd like to provide us with a photo, a story about their time in the service. We produced these great posters with photos and stories and bios of our community's veterans, and some really, really interesting people came out to this event.
President Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on to them to do the same." Today on Veterans Day, it is a profound honor for me to acknowledge these peerless patriots here today who have served our country with honor and who have kept freedom alive.
To me, Veterans Day is about remembering and being thankful. It reminds us that freedom isn't free, and it comes from the people who are willing to serve and sacrifice for others. We should take time to think about what they did and show respect for their service. Even small things like saying thank you can help us understand how important they are.
When I think about veterans, I think about courage. It takes courage to leave home, to face danger, and to stand up for what's right. But it also takes courage to come home and continue helping others in your community. And many veterans do just that. Today isn't just about remembering battles or wars. It's about honoring people. People who worked hard, helped others, and believed in something bigger than themselves.
The service, I was just speaking with someone at the table that a good friend. When you look at the crisis going on outside of the U.S., but in U.S., we are safe and we don't worry about anybody who's going to come and shoot us. And that's living in peace. And that's what our armed forces created. And it was a pleasure serving. I had such a great time serving with the other fellows. Such as this day, I came out last year when Dan told me there's such a thing going on. I appreciate somebody actually thinking about it and bring us together. So I say this morning, I got to go support everybody.
Hello, I'm Carlos Rivera. I used to serve in the Air Force. But also I work for the city of RPV as a TV producer. And today's a day we honor all veterans. I was more of a peacetime veteran, but those who serve and give their lives, that's more important. But yeah, it's a great day and I honor everyone who served. One of the most fascinating parts of my service was as a jet engine mechanic to fix planes that the first women jet pilots flew. And that was a milestone for women in general, because now they're fighter pilots, cargo pilots, everything, but that was the first class of it, and I was there working on their planes at Williams Air Force Base.
It's really heartfelt. you get to actually sing and basically sing about you to other people at an event about your country. So it's just amazing.
So I was in the U.S. Army in the 60s, crazy time, and I ended up being a Vietnam veteran, and went in 1968. Just had the opportunity to experience a very strange period of what was happening in our world. Yeah, that's a career station in Saigon, and and I guess probably what I do want to point out is that the Vietnamese people were extremely warm and helpful, and it's a very tough situation for them. But they've lived through so much as a country. I just have so much goodwill with Vietnam and the what they went through.
So my message today is going to be the one about service. I know our country's coming up on 250 years and just had the Army 250-year celebration, Navy, Marine Corps 250 years, and being part of that history and as a veteran is a proud thing. So I was going to kind of emphasize that, and then the Wounded Warrior Project and the good work that they do for veterans as well. Hey, it's great to be a veteran today. There's a lot of good things going on. Enjoy it. Do everything you can. 250 years for some of the branches. I mean, I have friends that served 25 years. 250 years, they're a big part of a tradition that goes back to the revolution in this country. So it's a great day to be proud to be a veteran.
During today's ceremony, one of the scouts said, "Freedom is never free." We want to thank all of our veterans and those brave men and women that continue to serve today for fighting for our freedom and to protect our country. I'm Liz Brown Swanson with RPV TV. Thanks for joining us.